Knowledge is power. Information is key. And that is why we aim to unlock the doors of opinion, unveiling the stories that need to be told. The Morning Express on Mainland 98.3 FM from 5 a.m. to 11 a.m. as we invoke the thought-provoking discussion, tackle the tough questions, challenge assumption, and give a voice to the unheard. This is the Morning Express on Mainland 98.3 FM.
Welcome on board the Morning Express.
Good morning.
Good morning, welcome back to Mainland 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos. The Morning Express continues, and this is Mainland Focus. Typically what we do after analyzing multiple stories across all of our papers, we create an avenue where you can also communicate with us and give us your insight into these stories. Today is Friday, so we have about 2 stories selected, but more or less one story, but all the multiple aspects, all the multiple indices surrounding that story, so to speak, and we're talking as security. But before we delve into that story, earlier in the day we were unable to take one particular story because we had run out of time, and it is a piece that was put together by the Vanguard newspaper regarding how hardship is now driving Nigerians to check for food in garbages. They go to markets and they check the trash cans to see what they can salvage to feed their family with. I'll have Fᴜʟᴜ join me, of course. We'll talk briefly about this particular report, and then we will talk about the case of insecurity in the country and the new information that has been provided by the DHQ. My name is Sage Babalola. This is Mainland Focus, about 45 minutes to 15 minutes of conversation with you, where you get to call in, send your messages, and also interact with us via social media to tell us what you think about the stories that have been reviewed. So for those of you who want insights into that story, you can check page 14 of the Vanguard newspaper. There are riders to that story. It's a national emergency with devastating consequences, experts are warning. They're warning of grave health risk for children. Say scavengers at risk of lead poisoning, cancer, malnutrition, mental injuries, and others. Scavenging strips people of human dignity, sociologists call for social safety nets to reduce poverty. Now, there's a list of some of the markets where this activity has become quite popular. Jakonde Gate Market, Okeafa, Ejigbo, amongst others. You'd often meet individuals there, these women there, checking the waste bins to see if they can get at least something to feed their family with, and the consequences I cannot even begin to emphasize, especially health consequences. And chances are these things are also going to be fed with children under 5 years old who already have weakened immunity and are considered a vulnerable group. So it exposes them to diseases, illnesses, mortality, and even morbidity. Plus, aside from even physical or physiological injury, it strips you of your human dignity, it reduces you, it makes you think less of yourself, the way your posture within society. If you're somebody who's seen on the street searching through waste just so you can get something to feed your children with. And I really want Fᴜʟᴜ to talk about this before we talk about the security issue, because in a way this is social insecurity, so to speak. Fᴜʟᴜ, good morning to you. Welcome back to the program. Before we talk about the security issue, which is our focus for the day, I really want us to have a conversation about this report. It breaks my heart, and to be honest, it's taken a lot for me to even have this conversation this morning, because I did take the break to go and read the report in itself, and there are pictures of these women there. It's a habit. They go there every morning, or at least the end of day, when they know that market activities would have happened and at least some people would have dumped certain things in the garbage. They have a specific time they go there so they can at least find something. Fᴜʟᴜ, let's hear what you have to say about this.
Well, so sad again, Sage. I read the story very early in the morning. The Vanguard basically just doing a report to highlight how tough things have become for people, to the point where people now feel practically from the dump. So they wait for people to come and empty their refuse, and they go after it to just pick one or two things to help themselves and their family members. I remember that I think it was in the late 70s where a minister said that, look, things are not tough now because Nigerians are not yet eating from the dump. That's not what we have. And for people who say, oh, it's not only in Nigeria, it happens in other places. You're just deceiving yourself. You know, again, because you will see who will come and justify this nonsense now by saying, oh, it also happens in other places, it's not just Nigeria. What we are saying is that, look, we are faced with a level of multidimensional poverty that we've never seen before. And, I remember when someone threw up a particular newspaper report in the early 80s where it was said that things are tough. But things have not been this tough. That's what we are saying. Every society, no matter how developed they are, will tell you that there are indices of poverty. But how big is poverty in the country is the issue we are saying now. The level of poverty we are seeing now, it's not anything we have ever seen before. People have become more vulnerable. Multidimensional poverty has spread like wildfire. And like you rightly highlighted, we also have issues of insecurity that comes with it, social problems that will come with it. The more the poverty in the land, the more the insecurity. And that's why it's important for the government to pay attention to these things. It's not just to think that all is well. All is not well. Things are tough. People are on the edge. Nigeria hangs by the cliff by this thing. It is very, very important. And it's not all this sharing of rights, all these palliatives that we are talking about here. The government has to quickly create an enabling environment for businesses to thrive so that more people can be gainfully employed. And then it can trickle down to lifting more people out of poverty. It's not by sharing rice and beans. They said that even now elected officials too, now president and co to get rice. It's not about that. Create an enabling environment for more people to be gainfully employed so that it can trickle down to lifting more people out of poverty. I don't know how many rice they want to share that can solve the problem. And how many 75,000 they want to share to households that can solve the problem. Create enabling environment for more businesses to thrive, for manufacturing to thrive, for businesses to so that more people can be gainfully employed and naturally can take more people out of poverty. That's what we are saying.
Well, you can check the Vanguard. If anything, you should check the Vanguard.
People should go and read it.
And read that particular report. It's very important.
And if you download the report of the Vanguard, you can also go to the market to check for yourself.
That's actually something that came to my head. Because there are pictures, actually. There are pictures, although they did a good job making sure that, the faces of these women are not very prominent. But there are pictures of this routine every day where they go in droves. It's not just one person. It's almost like they wait for each other and they go in droves so they can check and at least are they able to dig out as much food supply as possible from the trash. This is really painful, to be honest. But you can check page 14 of the Vanguard newspaper for more information. So let's talk about insecurity again. The Guardian put together this report of the reality of, like I said, some of our brothers and sisters in the north. Aside from the fact that they're living in fear of terrorists who they have to pay taxes and levies to before they're able to access their farmlands. And most of these communities are largely agrarian. So if they don't farm, they don't eat. And so for them to farm, they need to pay these bandits not just cash but also a percentage of their harvest. When they harvest, they have to give them certain bags of their produce, and they're grappling with that. But like Fuad said earlier, double jeopardy with the government or the security agents trying to fight off these terrorists. Unfortunately, this people find themselves victim of circumstances. Individuals losing their entire family in one day. An individual losing 14 members of his family in one day. And there are concerns that there's hardly any prosecution that has followed this. And now they have to mourn and suffer whilst they are also still catering to the needs of bandits who have held them at ransom. And in all of this, we need to have a conversation around the operation of our military and all the many allegations and accusations that have trailed their recent operations, especially in the northeastern part of the country. And like I said earlier, this is not just something that CSOs or the United Nations is raising. We even have foreign agencies that are closely related to Nigeria at some point even deciding to halt security funding to the country because of all the allegations of human rights violation and allegations of mistreatment of people and the lack of accountability when it comes to casualty figures as a result of the operations of the military. So we need to have a conversation, Fuad, about first things first. How do we abate civilian casualties? How can we minimize the amount of civilians that have to die in the pursuit of these bandits and these terrorists? And also paying attention to the recent revelation by the DHQ that most of these elements are foreign. They are from the Sahelian region, and we also have locals that are collaborating with these individuals, providing them with information, acting as confidential informants for these terrorists, which sort of frustrates the actions or the activities or the efforts of our security agents. A combination of all of these problems. What is the way forward? How can we hold the military accountable? How can we minimize the spread of these terrorists, and how can we protect our own people from these terrorists? Fuad, if you're able to give us insight into these questions I posed, so we can open the phone lines.
Well, we'll do it very fast because of time.
Yeah.
I think the first thing is to accept that there's a problem. One of the first steps to solving a problem is to first accept that there's a problem and not live in denial about it. I think with our military operations, there are things we need to review. There are things we need to appraise. There are things we need to check and recheck. Because again, you can't continue to have these issues of accidental bombings and you find Nigerians dying in their numbers. Ordinary Nigerians, we keep going back to beg the communities, apologize to them. And while we've done that, another one happened, and the report is that, look, innocent Nigerians have again been killed. So the question is, what is happening? Yes, the military operations are necessary because, again, it gives us the opportunity to quickly wipe out these guys and then get us more secure. But when it now comes from, and the report is like, oh, innocent people have been killed, then it becomes troubling, it becomes something that we have to really concern ourselves with. And that's why I'm thinking that the first thing is to agree that it's a problem. Is it with our equipment? Is it with our training? Is it with capacity? Is it a funding gap problem? Those are the issues we need to address, because there is indeed a problem with the kind of operations we are conducting at this time. The second one, Sage, is for us as a country to pay attention to what is happening in the Sahelian region. The Maghreb region is in trouble as we speak. West Africa has now been dubbed the epicenter of terrorism in the whole of the world. In fact, there are more reports of terrorism activities in West Africa now than even in the Middle East. That should tell us something. And what it should tell us as a country, Nigeria, is that, look, there's trouble in the land. The trouble is because, again, we share borders with some of these countries. I doubt if these military guys will be able to sustain security and fight off these guys that are going to come after them. And then there's also the international dimension, the conspiracy theory, that most of these terrorists also have funding from these other parts of the world. And if the military that has now chased out their colonial masters and does not have the capacity to contain these terrorists, Nigeria becomes vulnerable. So what then is our approach to the issue? It's a discussion we should have, we must have, and quickly begin to talk about. God bless Nigeria.
Thank you very much, Fuad, for your insight. It's time for us to take your opinion on these issues. But I need us to understand that the contributions would have to, or the method with which we contribute would have to change a little bit, because we did get a lot of messages on Facebook of people telling us that they are interested in contributing, but it's very difficult for them to get to us via the phone. Some people prefer to speak over the phone. They don't necessarily enjoy sending messages because they feel like their ideas will not be properly conveyed via messages. But then we have a proliferation of certain callers over time who have found a way to, I don't know how, circumvent the system. And so because of that, we've had to make a decision to reduce the talk time to 1 minute. So everyone is entitled to just 1 minute of conversation. We cannot allow for 2 minutes anymore. At least if we minimize the talk time, it means that we can accommodate more callers. And please, once we start to prompt you to round off your discourse, I implore you to please round off your discourse. That is why we chose one story for today, so you don't have to interact with multiple stories. Just talk about this one. 1 minute is a very long time for you to get your points across. So when you call, tell me your name, tell me where you're calling, get straight into the discourse for the day. Stay on focus. We are talking insecurity, the recent revelations by the DHQ, and the call for investigation into the bombings that have happened, accidental airstrikes of our Nigeria Air Force, amongst other things. We've laid down the facts to you, so just get straight into the conversation. And please, once again, your talk time is 1 minute, so we can at least have new callers, we can have fresh voices, fresh perspective, fresh ideas into the discourse, and we're not recycling the same voices over and over again, and we can accommodate new people into the Mainland FM family. So please bear with us moving forward. All conversations on radio that involves talking via the phone is 1 minute, so everything you have to say must happen within that 1 minute. Now, aside from the phones, you can still reach us via Facebook and on YouTube, where we're streaming live. Use the live chat option to send us a message. We'll be more than happy to read it. You can also reach us via WhatsApp, by the way. Our WhatsApp number is 0913 6000 430. The WhatsApp number again, which also doubles as our text message number, is 0913 6000 430. For calls, if you'd like to call us, is 0913 6000 410. Phone line again, 0913 6000 410. I'm emphasizing it for those who would like to call for the first time. So don't forget, 1 minute for everything that you have to say. Call me, tell me your name, tell me where you're calling, stay on focus, and let's hear your contribution. We'll take our first phone call for the morning. Hello, morning to you.
Hello?
Yes, good morning.
Madam Stitch, good morning.
Nice to have you.
Yeah, Oga Ford, good morning, sir. This is Samuel calling from Ikeja.
All right, go ahead.
Yes, talking about the military. Yesterday, I listened to the defense media person when he was talking yesterday, and I find it so funny. You understand? Because I know in a theater of operation, before the military or the air force will go on any airstrike, there will be a surveillance. I don't know. We need to question the way the military do their surveillance before they carry out all these operations, because we cannot keep on having all this collateral damage. At the end of the day, all they will tell you that it was a mistake or something. You understand? And everybody will just move on like that.
Thank you.
And this thing cannot continue like that. So for me, they need to do something about this issue.
Thank you very much for calling. I appreciate you. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, good morning to you, sir. We have a minute for conversations. Your name, please.
We can't blame our military so much, because the area you are now, those people.
Prince Wise, it's impossible to hear you. Do you want to speak up or maybe move away from where you are?
Okay, I will try to call back.
All right then, that's wonderful. Try to call back 0913 6000 410. Hello, good morning to you. The volume on your radio, please. Hello.
I am Iṛsᴛᴜ. I'm calling from Apapa.
Wonderful. Go ahead, sir.
Yes, I want to talk about this insect, this airstrikes, killing the people, every time. At what point do we call it genocide? Does it mean we don't have, manpower? We don't have experts that can train these guys on how to, do airstrikes with precision, so that we don't continue to waste our people. At what point do we call it, genocide? How do we continue to record this kind of statement killings every time? We don't have experts that can train them on how to target with precision. Is this what we are talking about? These are inexcusable killings. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate the brevity. Hello.
Hello, Babala.
Yes, good morning to you.
Good morning, Alhaji.
Yes.
On the issue of security, straightforward. You see, look, the last President Muhammadu Buhari wasn't the insecurity of this country. We need to say the fact. What is we keep on shouting that time. What's the relevance of the training is constructed from Nigeria to Niger? Look at what is happening today. As at that time, President Muhammadu give an open entry to Nigeria, and Nigeria continues to shout. We are not supposed to put our country into that kind of a mess. So you see, what is the issue? And more so, how many West African countries give a kind of what is it called, liberty, or absorb them into military? No. Look at Cameroon there. The moment they kill a bandit, I mean, they arrested the bandit, they kill them. But here, they give them amnesty. You see, this kind of amnesty expose our military. And that is what the military is reporting.
Thank you.
Leaking information.
Thank you very much. Have a great day. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning. My name is Ahmed. I'm calling from K-Classes.
All right.
To curb insecurity in Nigeria, we need to be sincere with ourselves. For example, last year, a truck of abolitions was arrested in Kopata Court. What? Did you hear anything about it? Did you hear any form of prosecution or people that have been arrested? The issue of rule of engagement as professionals, we're supposed to embrace rule of engagement. We're supposed to embrace intelligence gathering. We're supposed corruption is supposed to be removed from our society. In the situation where bandits are carrying superior ammunition, when money is allocated for acquisition of ammunition here, the money are embezzled, nobody is very responsible.
Thank you.
You ask a question now that what kind of government or democracy are we running? We are running.
Thank you very much for calling. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Raf, calling from Satellite.
Welcome.
Yeah, during Bulgari time, we that supported Bulgari are now blaming Bulgari again for not doing anything or doing enough about insecurity. The president, what has he done to tackle the corruption that went through Bulgari? What has he done about insecurity in his own tenure that we are now? We're not started supporting him again. When he go, another person will come without blaming the person again. What has Tinubu done for the security not to increase the allowances of the S chiefs and all these the top rank officers? Is that out of fighting insurgency? By selecting the top men on them.
So how do we fight the insurgency? Citizen recommendation.
They have to buy a lot of equipment and monitor how they buy them.
Okay.
Have equipment to buy them, monitor them, how they are used. Not buy and can't sell. Buy and monitor them.
All right.
Let ourselves truth.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Hello.
Good
Good morning. Hello.
He doesn't know our. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Good morning.
Yes, morning to you.
Please. Yeah, this is Mr. Badinoki.
Welcome.
Please, I'm phoning from Satellite.
Okay.
I want to contribute to your topic this
Yes,
morning.
please.
So what is that? This security you are talking, we have very problematic something. Religious wise. When everybody contributed to make to so many problems facing our security. Look at our familiarity with other the northern religious sector. We invited them to come on, they do everything. They did them amnesty. And these are the people still among our missions, exposing them. So we cannot hold any security. Our security is very porous. Started from our leaders. We cannot go to say, okay, this is a Muslim, it's a Muslim couple, we invited them. And they started leaking sitting among themselves.
Thank you very much. Thank you for calling. Hello. The volume on your radio, please. Hello.
Good morning, John from Bomba.
Welcome.
About this, I read that I heard that in the papers that they said it is external mercenaries and fighters that are killing our people in the north.
Yeah.
And I asked this question: what are the soldiers being paid for? The recent money given to the security team, what is it meant for? Whether it is external aggression, whether it is local, or whether it is Olode or Shango that is killing. Let the military fight them and kill them and exterminate them too. If they cannot do this, let them resign. They should stop giving us excuses. These excuses are not tenable. It's not tenable. They should resign. They cannot fight insurgency.
Thank you.
Honestly, what is our concern with it is mercenaries outside that is killing, that is winning this. Let them fight them. Let them kill them. If they cannot, let them resign. I'll give them.
Thank you very much for calling. Hello.
Yes, thanks.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Baba G. Long time.
Long time. Nice to hear from you.
Yeah, bless you. Quickly, let me talk about the insecurity. Says, what does it take
for every citizen to be moving about with documents. If you travel abroad, intelligent gathering is key. But Nigeria, you wait. At the end of the day, you go and strike, killing innocent citizens. I can tell you for free, in my area, for example, in Lagos here, Kwafo precisely, Badagry Aziz, visitors from neighboring countries dominated even the citizens, and they don't have documents moving around. So if you want to fight security, you have to, intelligent gathering is very important. Let every individual be moving around with documents. Whether you are in Nigeria, you are a foreigner, have your document, put it in your pocket. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for calling. I appreciate you. Yes, that's the whole point of the NIN, right? You're supposed to at least maybe have a Xerox or a photocopy, basically a small one in your wallet, because you have to have some form of ID on you. Just like you highlighted, in other countries you have to have a form of ID, but most of us don't have any ID. If we're stopped and asked to show ID, we don't have. And that's the whole point of the NIN. Let's see your ID. Let's see who you are. Let's know who you are. That makes sense. Well, let's read messages. We have some messages on Facebook. Just give me a minute to pull this up. All right. John Bernard he says, on the security issue, the DHQ has said it all. I grew up in the far north and even spent some time in the rural area. The truth needs to be told. The religious leaders also need to do a lot to help the situation. Thank you so very much. Frederick Morka, hold on a second, says, good morning, Sage. This morning my soul grieves for the people my age that would remember the late Umar Diko, who said in the late 70s and early 80s about poverty in Nigeria. He said Nigeria is rich until Nigerians start eating from the dustbin, then know that Nigeria is poor, and 30 years later that is exactly what is happening. I rest my case. DHQ should solve the issue and stop telling us what we already know. All right, thank you, John Bernard. Okay. Oh, I read that message already. Let me move to another one. Chris Walem says, good morning, Sage and Fuad. On the issue of hunger pains and deprivation of the land, go and see the humongous amount of money in the 2025 budget for feeding and entertainment, amongst other things. I'm trying to look for the part where you actually talk about the focus of the day, but thank you very much. We appreciate you. Please, we're focusing on insecurity. Of course, you can reference, the current story. We just raised that because we didn't have time to talk about it during trends in the papers. But the focus today is the Guardian reports that talks about the accidental bombing by the military, especially in the northern part of the country, as they attempt to chase down and eradicate and exterminate these terrorists. And we're also taking this in collaboration with the story of, I believe, the Punch newspaper, where the DHQ is saying that a lot of this aggression is coming from individuals that have found their way into the country from the Sahelian region, and also the fact that they have locals that are collaborating with them, shielding these individuals, providing them with information, thereby making the work of our security agents to come to naught. We don't see the effect of their work because they have locals that are protecting the bandits, protecting the terrorists, among other things. Although there have been argument that, are they doing this of their own volition, or are they being threatened? Are they being held at ransom? Is their life being threatened? Are they being forced to cater to these bandits? There's still many indices to this conversation, but we're focused on insecurity, the accidental bombings according to the Guardian report, and also the report by the DHQ that a lot of this aggression is coming from external agents. The phone line 091-36000410 is how you call. You have 1 minute, your name, where you're calling from, get straight into the conversation. You can also send a text message or a WhatsApp message 0913-6000-430. I'm going back to the phones now. Hello.
Hello. Good morning.
Morning to you.
It's me.
Yeah.
My name is Professor Ikechukwu Koboko, aka Otale. One of Arachuku.
It's just 1 minute, right?
Okay. 1 minute. Maybe 2 minutes again.
1 minute. Please get to the conversation.
Okay. Number one, the picking of sachets and a nylon and a carton. If you come to Kurata, along the road, opposite to Honda, it's like we cry.
Sir, we're talking about insecurity. That's the focus for the day. Please, can you talk about insecurity? I just gave you the focus like 3 times before.
Okay. The only one focus are we talking about?
Yes,
okay.
just one focus.
Okay. I may say that it is foreign people that are attacking Nigerians. Where are they coming from? If they are flying inside, the immigration are they taking their passport? Army doesn't have any option that want them. They should first them. Are you hearing me? But I thank those of them that are trying. Yesterday we lost another 6 army in Sokoto. So let them call all these foreign terrorists because I don't want to hear too much more.
Thank you. Thank you for calling. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, morning to you.
Good morning. My name is Shala.
Yes.
I'm from Lagos.
I have been waiting to hear from you. You've not called in a very long time.
Really? Yeah, good to be on the station today.
It's nice to have you back. Go ahead, please.
All right. The last 3 callers mentioned something. Intelligence guidance is very key, and I believe that our military, the Nigerian government, as a whole, they don't have the political willpower to do the need. Do you know that even in Lagos, we are at risk? Almost on a daily basis, you see this trailer load of all these foreigners. And they keep coming in. Do you know what the agenda is? So the lack of political will and intelligence gathering is a problem. And in the north, you know, all our borders, I serve in Katsina, I noticed that the borders are so porous. Talk about the current gas, and get all these boys, and get even some of the Boko Haram and people that are defended, and get them. Very simple.
Thank you very much for calling. Yeah, have a beautiful day. Hello.
Good morning, Sage.
Good morning to you.
Good morning. My name is Robert.
Welcome.
Nigeria is fighting to end insecurity. And when they arrest a bandit or a terrorist, they will set him free. Some people will head, they will set them free and reintegrate them again to the society. How do you think that these people will not do the thing over and over again? Should we call that foolishness, or is that how other countries behave? They are talking of terrorism. People that kill without remorse, they will catch power. So what is the encouragement of the soldier fighting now? When they catch somebody, they will now release them and say you want to integrate them to the army, or you forget them, they will not do it again. My sister, we are just deceiving ourselves about this security.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Hello. Hello?
Hello,
yes, morning to you.
Yeah, good morning. This is from my dad. I like this method today. It's wonderful. Giving a lot of people opportunity.
Yeah.
The insecurity is the bedrock of all major problems I feel to the common people in this country. I won't lie you. Let me tell you the truth of the matter. If the federal government is able to resolve in conjunction with the subnational problem of insecurity, at least for an extent, 60% our problems are solved. People can go to farm and all this stuff. And all these excuses, I appreciate their effort, their sacrifices and everything, but at the same time, the money that is being allocated will be shared, particularly the damn people, the one that is really bearing the wrong at the workforce, so that they will be encouraged.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, so that is my
the recommendations. Thank you. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Well, I say, yeah, one of myself, what?
As well, thank you.
Okay, God bless all of you. My name is Barrister Peter Oku. I'm calling from Maryland.
Go ahead, sir.
Yeah. My contribution today is, first of all, I want to say that I apparently disapprove with the reduction in time from 2 minutes to 1 minute.
Sir, you've used 30 seconds of your 1 minute. You know that, right?
I know, but we the callers have a right to argue.
Okay, go ahead. You still use your time.
Our time from 2 minutes to 1 minute.
We've done it already, sir. It's been done.
You've done it, but it is in bad faith.
All right, thank
you.
That's
what I'm saying.
All right,
thank you very much. Yes.
Right.
What I want
Thank you for your recommendation, sir. Hello, good morning to you. Nice to have you. 광ᴜᴜ, is that you? Okay, you called back.
Now?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
When we talk of security, I think Nigeria, you have a lot to do. Number one, the federal government is a plumber hand. When we talk of this terrorizing the country, during the day, you look at normal human beings.
But in the night, they become Boko Haram, they become terrorists. Because they wrote it on their forehead that this is Boko Haram, this is Nigeria. But what they privacy do, they need this is their state. They should put more hand. Let them go to every hamlet, every place to move with them, but they have everything. And they can employ people to work for them. So from there, because this is who they live among us. But they don't isolate themselves. If you don't deny, they now for themselves, maybe through for to go and strike.
Thank you.
So there's a lot of work to be done by DSS.
Thank you so much. Have a beautiful morning. Thank you for calling. Hello.
Hello, Babalola. Good morning.
Morning, sir.
Yeah, Peter Monsef from Shogulu.
Welcome.
I asked these 3 questions. Number 1, the list that we were told that United Arab Emirates sent to Nigeria that contained more than 400 names of those sponsoring or bankrolling terrorism. Was that allegation true? If it is true, what has the government done about that list when they are looking for information, when they are looking for people cooperating with them? And number 2 question, is Nigeria the only country in West Africa? Is this how terrorists occupy Ghana? Is it how they occupy Togo? What about other countries in Africa, South Africa? Why is it only Nigeria? And number 3, a question I'm asking. We have been hearing allegations that the military have sold out, that they sell weapons to terrorists. Have they been investigated? If all these things are not done, I'm very sorry. We talk. In those days when we were getting results, we were not talking on the radio. We just keep into newspaper and speak something and do something and we got results.
Thank you,
we
Mr.
talk, nothing. The government is responsible for terrorism.
I mean, come on, you were doing so well. You were doing so well until you said that. We should please be very careful. All right, please. You did well. You said there are allegations that should be investigated, and then you rounded off with that. Please, let's be very careful what we say on radio, all right? I appreciate all of you for calling. You're the reason we're here, but we still need to find some sort of common ground, all right? And respect the rules of public communication. I'll pause for a bit, read messages. We have Good Morning Mainland FM. I'm Elda Agbata from Alimosho. I don't want to know where the foreign fighters come from when the northern governors and elites want to end the insecurity in the north. They know exactly what they should do, so they should stop deceiving Nigerians. Thank you very much, Elda Agbata, for your message. I'm still looking at WhatsApp. We have Sage, allow the callers to talk. You should let them know. All right, thank you very much. It's still 1 minute. That's the new arrangement so that we can have as many people call. If you don't like the 1 minute, you can send a WhatsApp message. Your message can at least be longer if you have a lot of things to say. Thank you very much for your astute observation. We have Good Morning Sage. Nobody would like to go into the refuse dump in search of condemned plastic, iron or whatever to earn a living. There are a lot of health implications for this unfortunate means of livelihood. And now we have most scavengers are killed in the dump site. Women are also raped, and all this points to poverty and hunger in the land. We have here taming insecurity and the menace is collaborative effort between the government and the citizens. Shielding of unknown criminals from arrest and prosecution would not help the situation. Sincere efforts are key. Noah from Ugondo, thank you very much. We have here, this is Eugene Oxlade. Good morning, Sage and Fuad. Happy weekend to you guys. On the security issue, Sage, you see why I said last time that it's not enough for the government to borrow money to buy arms from China. Let them do the basic things first. Our borders are so porous, mostly the ones in the north. Let our northern leaders and Islamic leaders monitor and check when a new person comes into their neighborhood. Let them start de-radicalizing these guys from the roots. Thank you very much, Eugene. Very, very interesting observation there. Comment there. Hold on, I'm still trying to pull up as many messages as I can. Okay, I have one here. Hi, Mainland FM. On the issue of insecurity, Fuad has said it all. The question we need to ask, when these terrorists are caught, with a lot have already been caught, are they going to be sent back to their place of origin or their country? Or would they be given citizenship and would they be paid salary? The indigenous people of the country don't even get salaries and are eating from the dumpster up and down. But we have a government who are paying these aliens from other countries who come in the name of terrorists and start nationalizing them after they surrender. See, until we're able to dissect religious sentiment and ethnicity, because what we hear most times are these people are our brothers. Of course, this is caused by religion. Someone who is gaining from something and you wake up one day and say they should go, definitely they will look for a way to make life worse for other people, to see their importance and the reason why they should not be sent away. These people will go out of their way to sponsor terrorists just to get back at the people of that country. A message there from Sean. I think he's referencing the whole, French issue and their former colonies. Okay, thank you, Sean. We have good morning, Sage and Mr. Fuad. Dolaka from Ikwaja says, it's quite unfortunate, Sage. I don't know how long we're going to keep pretending that all is well when actually everything is unwell. Would you have believed in your lifetime, Sage, that some Nigerians would have become scavengers looking for food from the dustbins? Yes, there are some people that are telling us that nothing is happening in Nigeria. We are here in Nigeria. Whether or not it's happening everywhere else is none of our business. From all indices, Sage, this hunger thing is only going to get worse. Thank you very much for your message. We appreciate you. Dolako from Ikpaja. We have here again, good morning, Fuad and Sage. It's quite unfortunate the level of economic quagmires and how bad things have degenerated in Nigeria in a very short space of time in the watchful eyes of the APC-led government. They've yielded themselves to an instrument to fulfill long-term prophecies of Nigerians picking up things from the dustbins. Thank you very much, Victor Aloy Igoke from Ikeja. We appreciate you. We have good morning, Babalola. Insecurity cannot stop in this country because bandits and Boko Haram would be arrested and then be given amnesty. This is just business matter. Rahim from Agege. All right, thank you very much. I think we should actually have a conversation around this whole amnesty arrangement for repentant terrorists. Hopefully, we're able to get a security expert to talk about that. Hello, Mainland FM. It's unfortunate and shameful that despite the claim by the government to have a tight border, yet immigrants that are terrorists keep tripping into the country. Does it not sound like the more you look, the less you see? How can the government be budgeting and spending huge amount of taxpayers' money to buy sophisticated weapons for the military without giving proper training on how the weapons are used? The government should stop this idea of granting amnesty to terrorists because it will only continue to encourage the increase in numbers. In my rounding off, I'll be glad if the president can give everything needed to develop intelligence gathering and then declare state of emergency on insecurity. God bless Nigeria. Tim Dopo Notoye from Ijagamo community. I'll take more phone calls. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Barrister Peter, you've called before.
Yeah, but my line went off.
Your line didn't go off. You spent the 1 minute that was given to you. Your line didn't go off, sir. Let's work together. Let's allow other people call as well, please. Let's give people an opportunity to interact with us on radio. If you've called before, I think it's just an act of selflessness to allow another person speak as well. Please. Hello, good morning to you.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Welcome.
Yeah, I think for those who think who will tell you Nigeria just fought, you know go better again because so not be today, don't pay, not be one person will change that. One day, I just pray God keep us alive that one day we see one person. Nigeria do not need 5 presidents to change it, just one man. Because on insecurity, if you have a president that is ready to fight, that have the people in mind, this insecurity will end in just 3 months. Just because they don't care about us, they don't care. So that is why it is like that. One day, one man will come and change this country for better. Thank you. Good morning.
Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Hello. The volume on your radio, please. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Sage.
Good morning.
My name is Emmanuel.
Welcome, Emmanuel.
I'm calling from Ogun State.
Yes.
You see, the problem in this country, everything boils down to corruption. Corruption creates insecurity, creates starvation. Now, you say people are picking from the dustbin. Now, let me ask you this question. If a police officer or law enforcement agent should approach these people and ask them for information, MP, they think they will listen to them. Or if somebody, a bandit, should approach them and give them money, they will listen to the bandit. So all these things boil down to corruption. We are giving money to do things for Nigeria. You should to use it, they embezzle the money, and these things create starvation, create poverty. So the government should tackle poverty and corruption instead. If you want this to end in this country, tackle corruption and poverty.
Thank you so much for calling.
Thank you very much.
Have a great day. Hello.
Hello, Madam Sage.
Good morning.
This is Babalola calling from Egbeda this morning.
Welcome.
Yes, ma'am. My take is on this terrorism. See, the solution is very easy. If federal government, if they are serious, they know what to do. And I can even give them solution. Tell the governor of that region, give them like 24 hours. If they cannot solve the solution, you will declare state of emergency. You will see whether that thing will still persist. They know what to do, but it's just that our government, they are not serious. So they have politicized it. That is why this thing is still persisting. So the solution is very simple. but they are not serious. But when they are serious, they would know how to stop it.
My name is Victor Boke, calling from Ikeja.
Welcome.
Okay. Quickly, I want to correct the last caller who said that there is no power. The governors cannot security is concerned. So you see, the truth of the matter is that it is purely political, and it is the foreign politics have a lot to do, especially in the aspect of the insecurity in the Sahel region. So these French people and all other colonial masters are the ones sponsoring insecurity, and the LA will know.
Hello, Sage.
Hello.
How are you, Sage?
I'm well. Good morning to you.
We thank God for another day. This is Ambrose, and I live in Mowe.
Welcome.
I saw on your Facebook yesterday, mainland, and they know of anybody living with us that said they will come and they will behave as if they are fighting for your interest. Before you know what is happening.
Hey, thank you for calling. We cannot take it on. We'll be able to take more contributions. We have top of the morning, Sage and Fuad. Insecurity and acts of terrorism by terrorists have become worse in Nigeria due to the importation in droves of extremists from Sahel regions by complicit group of individuals and principalities in high places in Nigeria. Fuad did not mention this vital part, and this is a part of admitting the fact the Nigerian security system may be partly compromised by the same principalities, restructuring the security outfit, among others, in terrorism in West Africa, only if we get it right. Thank you, Sage. Leke from Malimo.
Complain about the 1 minute, but you know, the initial arrangement of 2 minutes, we also always get a lot of complaints from people who want to be a part of the show, really. And I think the benefit of the 1 minute, we probably saw it this morning, you know, more with 1 minute. Because again, the feedback is important to us, really, and that's why we open our phone lines for, you know, people to be able to be part of the show. So we just want you to understand with us that, look, you know, it's just what it is. I said it earlier in the morning. There is a problem. We need to fix the problem. Fixing the problem now requires us digging into the problem to know where the problem is. For me, I've identified the issue of equipment. I've identified the issue of training. There's also the issue of corruption, because you can't continue to have collateral damage and it's your people that are involved. Yes, the US, when they bomb people and you have collateral damage, it's other citizens, not their own people. But look at the list in the Guardian newspaper, the dates and the number of persons that have died from accidental bombing. Nigerians. We can't continue like that, Sage.
Well, thank you so very much. I apologize if I was unable to read your message. You know that we don't have as much time on Fridays, but from next week, Monday, with this new arrangement, we'll be able to take in as many, double the amount of contributions that we can take. So thank you so much for your patience, and God bless you as you adjust to this new system. Have a great day. We'll be back soon, by the way, with ActView Half Hour. We'll talk about real estate and all the many opportunities within the real estate sector. I'm Sage Babalola. The Morning Express continues. Please stay with us.